Wiring, let's go over it because that's important. I have 61 Fahrenheit, which matches the top, and if we change that. All right, so here's the Subaru WRX. We got, is this the diodynamic headlights? Yeah. Those C lights, super cool, blacked out. We have some RPF ones, really crazy looking, but it has that red WRX lettering, so it matches with the taillights, all of that. Really cool. Boom, we got some Subi Speed taillights with the wing, looks good. Everything's D-badged. F1 style, rally armor. Woo! Actually looks really good. And the interior, you got that red accent that goes through all the way in. That's actually really nice. Oh, I didn't know you had little protectors in here. Is that OEM?
Which ones? Oh no, those aren't OEM.
Oh shoot. Sweet, this is actually pretty nice. The video I did before this with the WRX was a clapped out WRX. He had things faded. He's like, "This, what do you mean? This is like a little bit run down." I'm like, dude, your car is bunk. But this one, it's a good example. All right, let's get into the interior. So here's the head unit, a little bit clearer because I had it kind of overexposed. We have AC, controls your vents positionings, and it looks like kind of like a dual climate control going on here. Recirculation. We got 2 volumes, so I don't know which one's tuning because they both have power, and it does have a screen protector on it already, which is pretty nice. Here's the back of it. It does say WRX with a QR code, so I'm a little bit happy about that, saying like, hey, this should work because it literally has the mold of a WRX, the shape of a WRX, and it actually says the word WRX. Now I'm a bit skeptical because I don't know if the AC is gonna work, but this is the AC plug for the WRX, which is also really good. Heat sink right here looks nice, and you got your harnesses that you're gonna plug and play. So everything should be plug and play, and yeah, we'll just move forward from there. All right, so we're in the interior of the Subaru WRX. Of course it's a manual, looking good. Beautiful. Now, this is a aftermarket head unit that we have previously installed. If you're interested in that, click on this video. But we're gonna be replacing this with this new one. It's gonna take the place of this whole area. So these vents are from the shell, and we don't have the vents from the previous unit or the factory unit. So we're gonna have to order that another time. So we're just gonna install the head unit for now because I have time right now to do it. And my friend here has time to do this over the weekend. So stay tuned, we're gonna disassemble this. And I'm gonna cut to a video of disassembling the OEM one so you guys can be on the same page. Move everything you have in this glove box because we gotta get rid of that 10 mil. You also have to pop out this little clip right here on the side. It's a little damper.
John, do you mind if I?
Yeah. Go for it. So after you remove the little damper right here, which is this bad boy right here, you're gonna see a 10 millimeter that's kind of holding it in. So we gotta get
the truck, but when I put my back seats down, that's when you actually see the speakers itself.
All right, so we gotta remove this, and you can I just use my hands, but you get in between the cracks, and then you just slowly pull up clips. There's no bolts, but be careful because there are wires right here. So you wanna make sure this bad boy is removed. And again, those are harnesses. What I do to remove these harnesses, I flip it over, and I get this one's usually kind of hard because there's not a lot of clearance. I usually just push the whole thing out. Oops, I don't know if you guys can even see the. Yeah, so pop the harness out. I pop the top part out and just get access to that clip, like right here. There you go. So you can pop it back in, but we're gonna be transferring this stuff over to the new head unit shell. So you can pop it in because it's not too much work to keep everything in one piece. So we removed the trim piece right here. Of course, you see the 10s. So remove the 10s. We still need to do one more 10 on the side, But you know, we're just wrapping things up, man. Doing this stuff, it just reminds me of the good old days with my WRX. The process is a little bit more involving. So if you look down here, there's gonna be a little Phillips drive. We have to remove this and then pop this airbag trim with this trim to get access to the 10 mil. So we're just gonna remove this puppy right here. So I just popped the trim off. I actually used this point right here to use the anchor. Again, I just used my hands. That gives us some access for that little hole right there. And you'll see a 10, crack the nut a little loose, the bolt pretty loose right there. Let me see if I can get it so it's actually, you can kind of see it. It's that bolt right there I'm pointing to. It's actually really hard to collect it. So I like to use this magnet tool. And then after it's loose, try to pull it out with the magnet tool. Just so, you know, it doesn't fall down into the abyss. If done correctly, you're able to remove this bad boy out. Correctly, right? The whole thing should just pull out from here. We'll see how that goes. It's held by clips. Can I use this microfiber towel right here?
Yeah.
Just so you, because it is heavy, and there's like metal, like metal clips. And then you just gotta unplug it from the back. You remove all the plugs in the back. They're pretty simple. Most of them have just this push style. This one was reverse mounted, so you gotta push from the bottom, but just look for those tabs and they pull out pretty easily. But you have to push on the actual release tabs. After that, I mean, the whole unit comes out. Be careful. Super careful. Oh, then we have the AC unit in the back, on the bottom. Make sure you get that climate control off. HVAC system. The head unit is off. It's a chunker. It's a chunker. So I'll put this on the bottom. All right, fast forward to the future, the present actually. Now, if we look here, this is how your head unit will look. So the first thing I want to do is get these harnesses and I'll plug it in one by one. And let me just describe what it is generally, depending on what car you have. So for this one is a 28 pin, if you take a look at it, and it should carry your serial controls and your backup camera. So if you have issues, make sure you have your 28 pin hooked up. This one is a 10 pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pin. And this is your main pin. It controls power, idle, accessory, like dimmer switch, so you can turn your headlights. This also controls your front speakers. And will also power, in this car, sometimes power your amp. Sometimes Subaru moves it around. So this one is the one you plug in and everything should work. If you don't plug anything and you plug this one, it should power on, it should play audio, it should do most of the stuff right here. This one is an 8 pin. Oh, sorry, 6 pin. The 6 pin controls the rear speakers. Pretty much it. These are for your top. It controls the hazard buttons and the little small screen up there. This is a ground wire. You're not going to be using this one. This one is generally for XM radio, which we might not reuse. And then this one is for FM, AM antenna. So plug all the harnesses in. We kind of talked about every single wire. That's it. All right, so we are back again here. We have 61 Fahrenheit, which matches the top. And if we change that here, ooh, you see that little animation? It has a little like, what's that thing? Little counter where it rolls over. That's actually really nice. And they even did that for the volume button. I don't mind it. It gives a touch of just kind of like personality. Now we have fan speed here. Ooh, what is this? So we have auto, dual. I don't know if dual does anything. The WRX doesn't have dual climate control. The STI does, but Things are working, dude. You don't even know how crazy this is for me. Because ooh, a little animation, what the heck? For me, I had the WRX, and I could never get this to work. I had a Forester model. I tried to do everything because, you know, I was trying to push the limits when it came to head units, but it's finally here. This is amazing. And I think this is probably the best looking head unit I've seen. What do you think of the resolution?
This looks really clear.
Yeah, this is a nice clear. I would say it almost looks 1080p. This looks like a 1080p display. All right, so we have the AC working. We just tried Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. That's pretty much the install. Now you can install these extra wires. Oh, can we test if it can go into reverse? So I gotta make sure the reverse signal works. It is getting the reverse trigger, but we gotta make sure the camera is plugged in. So that's what I'm gonna show you guys right now.
You want to?
Yes, so the wiring, let's go over it because that's important, very important. I've actually struggled with the reverse camera, so you're probably gonna struggle with the reverse camera because of the documentation. We have plug number 1. This is for the radio, plugs into that part right there, radio antenna, FM. These purple and green wires are the rear speakers, plugs into the main harness. This is the main one I was talking about. So there was a 6-pin, the 10-pin plugs in. Now the 28-pin does carry the reverse camera. So the thing with this unit right here, and it will vary depending on what model you have, is you have these orange wire, and then it goes into the back of the head unit, and then we plug in an additional harness, and it'll have a CCDV, and you plug it into the CCDV in over here. If you can take a look at that. So there you go. And that's how you'll get it. Now, if you have a different model, you might have to use a different harness, which it came with. But for our setup, that's how it is. CCDV in, CCDV in. I don't know why it's plugged into a yellow to a green one. It's kind of confusing. There might be another aux video in. This car can support, this head unit can support 2 cameras. So if you want a side camera or a front camera, that's something you can do. It's not something we have time for today, so we're not going to do it, but in the future we might be able to add that. Hey, so there you go. That's the reverse camera, aux in, aux out. We don't have that plugged into anything, and for our case, we don't have anything right there. So now we're gonna if you could just help me put that back in. Just gonna have it kind of set it there. So in this app, you can have the reverse camera show at all times if you want, and that's going to be located in the app drawer. And we went to cam. Now we had that rear camera and we had the side camera here. Looks like it's showing both in this case now. I don't know if it's real time, but should be. But if we throw it in reverse, we do have a reverse trigger. So then you have the camera right there as well. Dear users, please be careful with reverse and do not watch mobile phone. So yeah, don't do that, that's bad. So it's funny how it shows you that. It's kind of cool. The screen is okay quality. It gets the job done. Actually, this is actually better than my NSX. Because my NSX, the reverse camera is really bad. But yeah, you gotta do that. So that concludes it. We have all the wiring in. Now we can plug in additional things like USBs, the Wi-Fi antennas and stuff. But I'm just gonna wrap it up. We don't have this trim, but we're gonna put some vents in it because I want him to at least be able to control his vents. Yeah, we'll show you the semi-done product. All right, okay, we don't have that piece. So if you're gonna get this head unit and you have a 2015, you need to buy the trim from Subaru. It's a 2016 to 2022 trim piece. You'll see the little silver gray trim. We just don't have it with us. This is a 2017, but we have that piece at home somewhere. We can't find it. But yeah, there you have it. You need to have that trim. But other than that, reverse camera works, steering wheel works, everything works. AC, these things, I can't believe it works. It shows 1-to-1 right here. Look at that. Boom, look at that, look at that. Can I throw it in reverse real quick? Hold the clutch all the way down. Reverse camera works. You got some extra lines that we can change the settings so it won't show that. But look at that, this is amazing. If you guys were interested in this product, I'll leave in the description below where you can find it. But we are just so blown away by the graphics, by the looks of it. It looks, I don't know, I'm actually a UI UX designer for front end, and I'm really digging this interface. It's clean, it's simple, it doesn't look cartoony or childish. I'm surprised. But let me just go through the settings one more time with you. This has to be a 1080p display because this head unit itself is very expensive. It is close to $1,000. So we can turn dual here. We can change the settings. It actually does change it up there. Heated seats, that doesn't work. Ventilated seats, that doesn't work. But the stuff that does work, it does work here, which is awesome. You can change the mode. Oh, dude, I can't believe they've somehow found a way to do that. Now, I'm not a system developer or anything like that, so I find that fascinating. Let's go over the settings. About the navigation device. So this is the GT6 car. It has Sims. It's running on Android version 12. See, to kind of see the hardware. It doesn't really show anything in terms of hardware. I'm actually gonna put the specs right here, right now, if you guys were interested in seeing the specs. But not looking at like the processor, the RAM, and all that, I can tell you that it feels smooth. It doesn't feel like an OEM head unit, because OEM head units are generally pretty slow. You would hit something and it would be like, and there would be no animation. It would be really slow. This is very smooth. Looks like a nice 60 hertz. No frame rates dropping. Like it's a good experience. Guess this is all the apps. Ambient light set. Let's see what that is. I think when you turn your headlights on, whether it's gonna show these lights. It's so bright right now I can't even see.
Oh, it's green.
Yeah, if you turn that off. Turn it on. I'm not sure if it's RGB. Is it green on yours? It's red right now.
Yeah, it's swapped. It's changing. It's RGB.
Yeah, so this is on RGB. You can set that right now to turn it whatever. I'm just gonna leave it default for now. I'm gonna turn off this so you guys can hear us a little bit better. APK installer is for installing applications. If you're into that, aux, we plug that in so your OEM aux will work. Bluetooth music. That's self-explanatory. Car settings. You can adjust the amplifier. Car audio is what I be using a lot. Cam, all this great stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything in particular. Radio. What radio station do you listen to? Even this interface is pretty slick.
F-150 and F-150 Lightning.
F-150 and F-150 Lightning. Oh. Dude, this looks cool too, so. Radio is working. You can turn that down. Settings, system updaters. And yeah, you know how I said there's no XM radio, but you can download the app and then run it through Wi-Fi or some kind of hotspot. But yeah, that concludes it. What an awesome head unit. This is what dreams are made of, because I've been trying to get this head unit in my car, but fortunately it never came. It looks really good. It makes the car interior look so much more expensive and high-end. But yeah, again, if you guys were interested in this product, I'll leave a link down below. It's a new brand and audio sounds good. It's reliable. As of like messing it right now, it never hiccuped or anything, and it works well. I guess the only gripe I had, if there's no instructions, but if you guys follow this video, it should help you guys a lot. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later.